Hello, I would like to talk about the CP3, okay? CP3 summary, okay? Then, for the iron and steel plant, okay, there will be, at the very beginning, is in the Shenyang Ansan region, and then for the B part, it is going to be after 1950 to 1970s, then it will going to shift to Panzihua, Wuhan, Chongqing, those inland region, or even Urumqi. Okay, then for the 80 decades, it's moving back to the coastal region like Shanghai. Okay, and then for the that's 2000 stage also. Okay, 2000 stage also, which is going to be moving to the Fangchenggang, moving to the Zhanjiang, okay, or for the Beijing, okay, is going to move to the Qinhuangdao, or even boosting the production of the yuan-qi. So it's very hard to generalize a pattern for the 2000 stage, okay? But in short, you can say, oh, go west policy, but go west policy cannot explain this situation, okay? But anyway, it's move in general for the trend, is moving to the inland or moving to the minor cities that is having some special functions, just like the ports, okay? Then, yeah. So for the 40 decades, we no matter what kind of industrial agglomeration or concentration, then you have to analyze by these factors that I think you should know it. Okay, if you don't know it, don't take job here. Thank you. Okay, then all of them. Okay, and you should be prepared for every point that you gonna write a paragraph for it. Okay, yeah. 即係基本上都係得呢幾個嘅啫 ，raw material land labor market, technology and transport, and also government policy, agglomeration economies, and also the industrial inertia. Okay, then all of them. Let's imagine if you can write all of them for a paragraph, it's already a 6-mark essay, I think. Or if you cannot get 6 mark, at least you can get 5 mark. Okay, so do it, please. Okay, yeah. So for the first part, for the first stage, iron and steel plant in the 40 decades, which is in the Shenyang. Okay, mainly raw material coal mine is having a lot, just like the Fushun coal mine. Okay, and on-site itself also having some iron ore and coal mine as well. Okay, for the land, we can obtain the land Shenyang. It is in a Liaohe plain. Okay, then they can obtain the coastal land or port area and obtain extra land by reclamation. Okay, so they can get coastal flat and easily. For labor, there's a well-established labor pool by Japanese and also other colonial influence, just like Germany, French, so on and so forth. Okay, for the market of the steel is car manufacturing or the military factory for the army in the northeast China. Okay, then for the technology is mainly developed by the colonizer, and then just like again Germany, French, Britain, and also Japan. For transport, we are having a Dalian port. Okay, then it is we can obtain the raw material and also export the steel to the entire China by water transport and also railway transport. Okay, then government policy, colonial influence mainly. Okay, but it's not very strong in terms of the government policy. Okay, just the legacy of the colonial government. Okay, then for the agglomeration economies, then bear in mind you can have service linkage, labor, and then also forming a pool, auxiliary service, or even the reputation. Okay, but the iron steel plant, we cannot say reputation, okay, because unlike IT, okay, industrial inertia, even right now, the iron steel plant is still flourishing because there's again agglomeration economies somehow can be repeated in the industrial inertia. Okay, pool of labor agglomeration economies transport network, sharing of the infrastructure, existing market service linkage with the other business, and then auxiliary service, and then for the inertia itself, it's also hard to move the building and also the machinery, high relocation costs, then altogether making it still happening in Shenyang, even right now. Okay, then what are the positive impact and negative impact? Okay, if they are moving, some of them are moving from the Northeast China, which is Shenyang. Okay, we have heard about the 下崗 workers, 下崗工人啊，中文叫 OK then the culture of factories will cause loss of job and unemployment and less spending of local shop and service. Okay, I think you should know all of them. Okay, tax income and then infrastructure will be declining and then the quality will declining, social problem people moving away okay, so on and so forth. How about the positive impact? Okay, after the moving some of the on-site steel plant, and then they may be forced to close down, and then for the inefficient iron and steel work, okay, then they may form a group, okay, of different for the iron steel plant in different region. Okay, for example, the Ansan Steel Group is having a branch plant in the Panjihua or even in Urumqi. Okay, then introduction of new furnace. Okay, what kind of new furnace? Electric arc furnace. Okay, instead of using the coal right now. Okay, then the coal consumption will be fewer. Electric arc furnace. 電腦，即係唔再用嗰啲煤爐啦。Then we can provide more land for developing the transport network, just like the high-speed railway and linking the cities between the Dalian, Harbin, okay, so on and so forth. Attract the foreign investment, okay, strengthen the training skill, economic restructuring, and also reduce the pollution. Okay, how about the situation after the 50 decades and mainly moving inland, okay, Wuhan, Panjihua, okay, Sichuan, which is in there. Okay, the central China have limited iron ore and coal mine, but still there are some. Okay, there are some, and mainly they can if the supply cannot meet the demand, they can also obtain the good by railway transport. Okay, then hilly area also limit the development of iron and steel plant. Okay, then the shifting of the university and labor inland provide a lot of labor too. Okay, then the market of steel will be mainly also the military factory of the army, and then the technology is mainly developed by the colonizer and also the nationalist government. Okay, formally. Okay, but right now, for the government for the transport, we are having water transport to Wuhan, and also the railway transport is good in Wuhan as well. Okay, then for the government policy, please state the government policy first and second 5-year plan. 你要寫個名啊 ，OK? You have to call the name. 5 years plan. Sorry for the ugly handwriting. Then this is mainly the strategic migration of the heavy industry because of war between the National Party and also Communist Party and also Japan. Okay, why they are moving inland? Because they can reduce the transport costs. Okay, then and also tapping the iron ore and coal mine next to the steel plant. Okay, strategic reason. Okay, avoid the attack from Japan by shifting inland. Okay, the industry moving to inland region can be safeguarded. Okay, the economic balance of the inland region and also the living standard can be attained. Agglomeration economy is just like the formally. Okay, I'm not really going to tell you again and again for those agglomeration economies and industrial inertia. Virtually, they are more or less the same, but you have to make some sensational adjustment for every stage. Okay, then again, what are the impact again for the social aspect? More job opportunities, influx of migrants, demand of housing will be increased, and then better infrastructure because the tax income wise, okay, 有錢就樣樣都做到㗎啦。Okay, then for the economic terms, okay, employment structure will be better and then salary will be increased more money can be spent a multiplier effect tax revenue infrastructure can be better but for the negative impact, the health will be affected because the pollution will be more stronger, and then traffic congestion, the increase of price index will also occur. Okay, so how about 80 decades? Mainly the focus will be in the Shanghai Baogang. Okay, Baoshan steel plant, okay, which is called Baogang. Okay, then mainly for the raw material, it can be imported from the Central China, Northeast China, or even the Australia and also Brazil. Okay, then also the scrap iron can be obtained from the Shanghai because our technology will be better, and then we are having more and more scrap iron can be used. Okay, the large amount of fat land which is in the Changjiang Delta, then also we can obtain extra fat land by reclamation. Okay, then labor is kind of having a lot, okay, because it's in large urban cities and then provides sufficient labor supply. Okay, there are 100,000 people working in Baogang factories. Okay, for the market, okay, although right now is a bit dropping, still 5% increase in China for the 2024 figures. Okay, and also the Baogang right now is still the fourth largest steel production in the world and also the largest steel plant in the China. Okay, then technology it can obtain some better technology from the nearby university, which is quite top, just like Jiao Tong University. Then we can obtain some technology of the furnace as well. Okay, and transport, there's a good port. Okay, Shanghai is a good port, you know it, since before the 19th century. Okay, then it's acting as a gateway of the Europe and the United States, and also the history of development is long. Okay, the government policy and mainly we will call it as open door policy, providing tax revenue, tax concession, cheap land infrastructure, allowing joint venture with other foreign companies. Okay, from NDCs to acquire technology. Okay, just like Siemens, also one of the partner of the Baoshan steel plant. Okay, agglomeration and then we can find for the agglomeration, we can find our automobile industry, chip making industry. Okay, Volkswagen, Tesla, okay, this kind of automobile industry. Then Jiangnan shipyard, okay, making the first aircraft carrier in China. Okay, then it's also having a lot of service link with the Baoshan steel plant. Okay, the Bond Financial Center also well known. Okay, even having a longer history than Hong Kong stock market for real. Okay, then they can provide some auxiliary service just like the financial service and also accounting service to the steel plant as well. Okay, industrial inertia, which is all the way the same. Okay, like the former page, I'm not really going to talk about it a lot. Okay, because you know Shanghai is still the largest steel plant in the China. Okay, then this factor is still taking impact. Okay, pool of labor, aggregation economy, transport level, market service linkage, difficult to move, high relocation costs. So they are still having a great impact to the China steel plant. Okay, steel production. I mean, okay, then for the era after the 2000, mainly the inland cities, just like Urumqi, Central China. Okay, for example, Baogang has setting up their steel plant in Urumqi as well. Okay, which is having 11 million tons per year. Okay, which is having a great increase. Okay, then which is a old steel plant from an army to the businessman one. The Pan Jihua Steel Group also forming a large cities. Okay, this is going to taking some of the production proportion from the large cities as well. Okay, then some of them are moving the cities to the peripheral area. Okay, just like Guangzhou is moving their steel plant. Originally, Guangzhou is having a steel plant in 1980s. I forget. Okay, it should be 1980s. Okay, to the Zhanjiang. Okay, 湛江. Okay, 首都钢铁. Okay, in Beijing. Also moving their plants into Chufeidian, which is apart from the Beijing a lot because of the 2008 Olympic. Okay, because you know the steel plant is very polluting. Then moving it may help to reduce the air pollution problem in Beijing. Okay, raw material, they can tap the raw material. Okay, if they are okay, just like Urumqi, then there are some iron ore and coal mine, then we can tap it. Okay, but in general, the land is not really too good. Okay, but in general, because it's hilly, but in general, the underdeveloped area may provide cheap land. So the land is still widely available. The underdeveloped area may also cause another problem. The low skilled labor will be persisting, then we need training. Okay, for the market, then the market is not really existing so well. So they have to, but they put the iron plant as the backbone of the industry to provide more multiplier effect to the area. Then the regional development of the Western China will be better also, okay, because they can have if they are going to provide a iron steel plant, then they can initiate the better trade with Ukraine or Russia. Okay, wow, Ukraine and Russia are lovely. Okay, then the technology. Oh, the top university also can provide some technology of new furnace to them. Okay, then some of them can even enhance the productivity in just like Panzihua have increased its steel productivity to 4 million tons per year. Okay, but the problem is the transport is also having some problem. Poor accessibility is taking place in the Urumqi because there's no navigable river, and then the railway is not highly efficient. Okay, because of the hilly relief. Government policy and also they can provide tax concession again, cheap land again, infrastructure again, provide some subsidies to the professional or labor. Okay, or relaxing the one-child policy to them. Agglomeration. Agglomeration is also having a lot of not having a lot, okay, then I will better skip it, okay. For this part, yeah, I would like to skip it, okay, because IT industry, instead of the IT industry, I would like to talk about multi-point production will be better, okay, because right here also the same, like the IT industry, okay, but just the matter because you have no so well informed fee. Okay, so what you need to do maybe just have a look about the LDC IT cluster, just like Zhongguancun in Beijing or Science Park, Cyberport in Hong Kong, which is also you are familiar with. Okay, then also you can refer to here. I have taken a lot of video already. So multi-point production. Multi-point production, what is the definition? Is carrying out the manufacturing process in different locations. Like the headquarters in the home country, maybe MDC mostly. 不過而家 MDC 都有 China. Okay. Then important in expanding the market of IT industry, just like iPhone. Now, most of you can say, oh, cost minimization. Then meanwhile, indeed, you can say profit maximization. So, why we have to do the globalization? Because the main first of all, they have to seek a better profit, and then they will adopt a global system for production, sourcing input, and marketing for their products. Good telecommunication can allowing the overseas communication effectively. Okay, and also the production of the improvement of the transport also allowing the bulk purchase of the raw material and component from all over the world. Okay, then a worldwide supplier network and of the raw material and component, then the importance of raw material has been reduced. Okay, the well-developed transport network, okay, I make a spelling mistake here. Transport system also allowing efficient logistics. Greater choice of location can be obtained by setting up the production plan through the management and a efficient system. Examples like maybe right now Apple is not really making iPhone. Foxconn is making iPhone. Then they are shifting the production to another country by granting a license. Okay, maybe they are doing it on their own, then going this way, home country, and selling in foreign market, and so on and so forth. Okay, so for the MDC, for the R&D part, mainly still in the LDC, like Silicon Valley. Okay. Then which is very general, like we are for the R&D we didn't need the raw material lah, but for the land greenfield site suburbs providing plenty land or for expansion okay, this kind of thing is important. Okay, the labor also can be provided by the well-established labor pool by the nearby university like Stanford and Cambridge. And then for the market, they are going to develop in urban and also overseas, like for the urban, like San Francisco or LA, overseas like China, India. Okay, for technology, it can still obtain from the top university next to it. Okay, Stanford, Cambridge, so on and so forth, or San Jose State University. Okay, transport, the professional can be easily access to the Silicon Valley by the international airport in Los Angeles or San Francisco. Okay, the government policy tax again, just like the formerly the right here. OK 都係嗰啲 tax concession cheap land infrastructure 嗰啲咁樣嘅。OK then if there are some situation, okay, because right now growing economies are industrial inertia. I'm not going to say one by one again, okay, because it's all the way the old thing already. Okay, yeah, okay, then there are some issue, okay, for the development of the globalization, which is reshoring. Okay, reshoring, which is mainly talking about moving back the production plants into the MDC. Okay, because right now United States is having some troubles, such like the decline of the traditional industrial cities like Detroit and also other countries, then it's going to be having a lot of troubles. So by providing incentive, credit, and technical support, then some of the production making back to the United States, and then it can provide a made in United States image, then which may be implying is a high quality. Okay, but there are some situations because United States is in a free market mechanism, and then there's no hard measure for them to moving back to United States. Okay, the government exists only to maintain the law and order. Okay, formulating policies to encourage venture capital. This kind of thing can be working, but if we are really going to force them, it's not really going to happen. Okay, then it's more social responsibility for the large IT firms to support the local economic development. Generally speaking, the scale of reshoring is small because the production cost is still very low in MDC, and then relocation, just like the industrial inertia, the relocation involving high cost and then strong labor union, we may not really favoring the development of the industry right there, and then strict pollution control and the labor regulation in USA. Okay, then altogether making it not really possible. And for the how can we attract the foreign investment, you can use this kind of thing. Okay, diversification of economies. Then it take long time, but okay, and then it require large financial input. Okay, then tariff will causing other sanction. Okay, 其他國家會maybe boycott okay, other countries maybe boycott you. Okay, improving the production efficiency. Okay, it is reducing costs in the short run. Okay, then encourage in enhancing the effectiveness, reducing the pollution. Then, but they need a lot of capital. They also need to train a lot of workers. Okay, so it takes a long time. Okay, then upgrading the worker skills competence. Okay, also need a long time. Okay, then this also about the IT industry and other countries like LDC. Okay, so this is the end of CP3. Bye. Okay. because this one I don't think is having high chance. Okay, but you can have a look anyway.